Warriors unite! Back with another episode of Vigor Warriors 2 and the 1% Club. Hope you guys are doing well. Busy times, but we're going to try to get these things in as best we can for Warriors. I think you guys deserve it. We need to get information out there. We're continually battling every day. And so this is Vigor Warriors 2. Welcome to the 1% Club. Thank you guys for all the comments, the likes, the donations. It's wonderful. I love doing this. I wish I could do this every single minute a day. But unfortunately, I have so much stuff that's going on right now that I'm trying to fit this in as much as possible. So let's do some shout outs. Get right to the business here real fast. Some quick shout outs. And then we'll go ahead and do our stuff. Video system, Wendy, thank you, my friend. Red pill steroids, 112 days, congratulations. A lot of urges, we talked about that the other day. Congratulations, keep going, my friend. Cheng V, thank you. Jadaa Fresh, is it wise to have intercourse while retaining? Well, we'll talk about that. There's ups and downs, obviously, to that whole situation. If you're married, it's a little different as well. We'll talk about it. Suman Yodev, relapsing. We're going to do one on relapsing, I think, tomorrow. Wewewe, new dating app. We'll do one on that as well. Fresher start. Thank you for the congratulations on my daughter's move. I've been very busy of late, and I appreciate that a lot. Tenshino, don't believe. I understand where you're coming from, my friend. There's a lot of years that I did not believe in a lot of this stuff either. But it does work because you're keeping your energy. And that's the main thing to think about. Just logically think about that as you're kind of thinking about the whole situation. Charlie Chimp, thank you, my friend. Womagick, thank you. Day 25. A lot of energy. Yes, you do. Constantine, 88, thank you. Andre Miller, twice. Nervous system, we'll talk about that a little bit as well. Antonio LaMason, thank you. And Taron, 82, day 20, quit smoking. Congratulations, my friend. Keep up the good work. All right, so at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, let's talk about the topic. So this comes from Daniel, Jason, Tony. Several people talked about this. The idea is do not get discouraged if nothing happens right away. They've kind of talked about the fact that they may not see things happening right away. And I understand that. So, Warriors, let's talk seriously about this to kind of maybe get to the crux of what's happening, and maybe this can help you a little bit too. All right, so you're on your streak. You're starting the streak maybe 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and nothing is happening that you want to have happen. All right? So perhaps it's not getting more clarity. Maybe you're not getting as much energy. Maybe you're not having as much women attraction. Whatever the reason you have for doing this, you're not seeing the benefits. Now, first of all, the key is to kind of look at what is the overall goal. The overall goal, in at least my mind, this is coming from me, is to get closer to God. Now, the assumption is as you retain and you're keeping all your energy, you're communicating to your God, your creator, that you don't want to lose energy and you don't want to change the body you have that God has given you, the temple. And so because you're keeping as much as possible, now you're becoming closer to God. So that will happen. It's just, you cannot stop that from happening because you're becoming more in tune with your God. Now, if you're doing it for a lot of other reasons, like for instance, if you're doing it to get attraction from women, I would not highly recommend that. If you're doing it to get in better shape, obviously that can help. But what retention does, it gives you a basis to understand self-control. Once you're able to control your retention and you're not releasing energy in pictures and things like that, then Warriors, you have learned a level of self-control. Now, this can apply to all of the things in your life that will make things better. Retention by itself is not the key. We talk about that because this is the hardest epidemic we have in society. The epidemic is astronomical when it comes to a lot of young men especially losing their energy all the time, becoming weaker and weaker, watching pictures, images all the time, or with certain women who they just continue to release and release and release, and they're almost going down to nothing. They're weak, they're susceptible to injury, they're susceptible to diseases, colds, all kinds of stuff. Those types of things are happening in our society. And because of that, we try to get up on, any kind of device we can, whether it's YouTube, whether it's just talking in front of people, giving people advice, teaching people. Those type of things we're talking about is telling people you must retain your energy. Don't throw your energy away on a bed sheet or whatever you're doing it, or with a person who you're not really that serious with. So part of the issue is that you have to examine the purpose you're doing this for. The purpose should be to get closer to God and to learn how to have God teach you a level of self-control. You can call it brahmacharya, you can call it sophism, you can call it celibacy. You're learning self-control. Once you have learned self-control, you can apply that self-control to anything else around you. And that makes you successful because now you're gaining more and more success. You're becoming more confident in yourself. You're confident in your God. You're faithful to your God. You believe your God. And all of a sudden now you're achieving a lot more success in all areas. Once again, it's astonishing to me the attention women give you when you're in decent shape, you're getting back in shape a little bit, even at 62 years old. They want to stand around you. They want to be near you. They can't, biologically, they cannot avoid it because there's so few men and real men out there who are holding their seeds, they're holding their energy, that all of a sudden women, they're overtaken emotionally. They can't deal with the emotion of this. It is crazy to see. It's really crazy to see. It's so different to me than the old days. Very different than the old days. And because of that, I wish I would have known this a long time ago. But fortunately, God has blessed me with a wonderful wife and kids and that kind of stuff. And so it's been a great life. But I want to give back, which is the reason I'm doing a lot of this, is to kind of give back to a lot of people and have them realize the truth that I've seen. And that's the fact that you have to hold on to your energy and using it to transmute and to succeed in other things and not worry about women, not think about women. But as a result of that, you're going to get women chasing you. Part of the problem is that in the mode I was in a long time ago, I was too desperate. Before I got married, I was too desperate for women. And I had no success at all. It's part of it is a mental attitude. Once you're able to control yourself and you've learned not to edge, not to do anything except, straight, either it's monk mode or real close to monk mode, you're not going to be able to get the successes you want until it happens over a period of time. And a lot of times it's 90 days, a lot of times it takes more than that. In my case, it took a lot more than that because I was 57 years old or 59 years old, and I also was 47 years of back and forth all the time. So it was kind of, you build into a certain type of thing. It's almost like your stomach memory. I'm still trying to get rid of it. I've lost about 25 pounds, but I'm still at the point where I still have some stomach stuff that's been memory there, sitting there for a long time, and it's hard to get down to those abs. And so it takes time, but you got to continue to work at it. You got to continue the system you have, and you got to continue to do it. So don't give up, and don't get discouraged if things don't happen right away. Just like working out. Even though I'm getting better, I'm getting closer to my goal, the 6-pack of abs, I still have that lower stomach area that's been a stomach memory for years that I built up. It's not going to happen overnight. But you keep doing the plan, You keep thinking about what you got to do, and you keep working at this. And so to my friends, Daniel, Jason, Tony, a lot of you guys warriors, don't ever give up. Down deep, you have to realize that this is the truth. The truth is not something that you're just sitting there and expanding your energy and just throwing it away. You're using it for the greater good of mankind, of yourself, the purposes God has given you, and you're focusing on trying to get this done. And so as time goes on, you may not see all the benefits. There may be times when, you don't have the clarity. Maybe times when you're not feeling as well. Maybe even perhaps you get sick. I've had that happen once or twice over the last 20, 30 years since I started doing this, 25 years. It does happen. Those things you can't avoid. But the thing is, if you look at your overall life, especially since you started retention, you'll see your life is 5 to 10 times better. Because over time, you'll be able to look at things and say, okay, I remember how I was back then. Now I'm a totally different person. So that's why you should never give up. Don't get discouraged if nothing happens during semen retention. Keep working at your goal. So, a lot of things you got to do. Keep your diligence. Keep your diligence. Do not release. Instead, transmute. Think of things you want to do. I'm not talking about sitting at home playing video games. I'm not talking about watching that boob tube TV set. Even though you may want to watch sports once in a while, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about wasting your time, or as a colleague once mine said, killing time. You don't want to be killing time. Find something to do with your time. Work out, like a lot of people are suggesting. I do the treadmill for about an hour. I'm going to do that in a couple minutes here. Or weight lift, like I did this morning. Do some lifting. Do my Kelder exercises, which I do every morning. Those are the types of things you want to do. And if you have to read, go into reading. I read the Bible. Read other materials. Those type of things. Spend time with your family, your kids. Don't be thinking about releasing. Once you start getting off that pattern, now you form a new pattern of getting away from releasing, and you're much better off. All right, my friends. Well, thank you once again, Daniel, Jason, Tony, everybody else, a shout out that I gave today. I hope you guys are doing wonderful. Again, I'm trying to fit in as much as possible with the schedule that I have right now. I have to kind of let things go a little bit and get things organized, and I'll have a little more time to kind of do more stuff. I'm still, guys, I apologize, but I'm still looking at trying to do streaming and all the types of things to help you guys, consulting types of things. If you do have questions, send them to me this way, probably the best way to get it. I have people looking at different emails that they have out there, but I don't always get to those type of emails as well. So we'll try to figure out some other ways to do this. But please go ahead and send me something, warriors. If you have questions, I can try to address them to a video or some interaction back and forth once I'm able to get some time to go ahead and do a streaming cast or something like that. All right, guys. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And always remember, again, 2 things that we always talk about. 1, every day is a new day to a great warrior, because you are all great warriors fighting a battle every day, because the battle means you're going to continue to battle